And then I've got no idea because I don't like football. It's just really boring.
I heard it was about people kicking things, and I thought it just violent. There's no need for violence.
I mean, it's just people running around kicking balls. You know, primary school territory, and it hurts. So
I'm waiting for it to break and start doing like kiss chase instead or something.
Oh, Olympic kiss chase. That could be odd. Hey everyone. Hey everyone. It's Foxx from eModels. eModels.co.uk. I can't do it as well as Ted.
No, it's not quite the same.
No, it's not. I can't get that kind of slightly incredulous sound to my voice, like wow. Ted has that kind of manner that's like when a dog sticks its head out the car window when you move and go, wow, everything's brilliant. That's what I like about Ted.
He was talking about football earlier, being all impressed about how good it was, and people should ask him all the questions about it.
Yes, everybody direct all your football questions to Ted, as Chris and I have no knowledge of football whatsoever. And we would like to bid welcome to the 6 people that have turned up who aren't watching football right now.
I think it might have finished.
Yeah, we'll get some influx there.
I keep hearing some shouting from downstairs from my wife, and it's all like screamy, happy noises.
Oh, okay.
And I'm assuming that means it's either a goal has happened or it's finished and we won.
So is that like the Chelmsford Big Shorts won over the...
I don't think so.
Bathurst?
No, she doesn't like football, but she likes England. So she'll watch the England matches of, football or rugby or whatever. But
she likes to suffer then, basically.
Yeah. I think she don't want to get too invested in like a long-term plan.
Yeah, so she don't want anybody that's going to win or be successful. England, Ireland, she'll be fine. Hey, everybody. Foxx here. Welcome, everybody, to Monday night. It is 9 p.m. just after on a Monday night. It is the eModels live stream time. Hello, hello, hello. If you joined us, I assume the football's finished and you're with us. Welcome, welcome, welcome to our usual Monday evening broadcast. With me, as ever, is the stalwart Christopher, who is sitting there in his Star Trek red shirt, waiting to die by some horrible means.
It's been a long time. You doing, Chris? I've been surprisingly coming along every week, and since we've been wearing it, it's not bad. I've survived.
You haven't yet been killed by a slime monster or a giant alien
might be
or a rock or something,
rather than security red. So I think I might be all right.
Ah, you're the other red. So let's have a quick look and see who we got in before we go into what we've been doing. Lower head count tonight, like I said, because of the football, but hopefully people will start to turn up. Sergeant Bones is in. He was the first in. Well done. You win an internet. You win an internet just for yourself. It's a special internet. Red Leno 8 is in. More Sergeant Bones. Damn Ducks Bobbington is in. Apparently it's Damn Ducks and he's brought 2 others. He's brought 2 friends with him. Or it might just be 1 friend now. Apparently he's being assaulted by spiders left, right, and centre while he's watching this. So, good luck with that. We have, who else has come in? We have Mike Mountain is. Dad's in. Hey, Dad. Sprue Goo Addict is in, or Sprue Glue Addict even is in. Welcome. We have Tony Blackwell's in. Evening, Tony. We have, my eyesight's being funky again today.
Skipper Ted's here.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Ted is. I meant to say that at the start. Ted is still in the process of getting his broadband sorted out because BT. So give it about 6 months. So he is with us in chat tonight. I suspect he's probably still using the neighbour's Wi-Fi. Shh. Don't say anything. So Ted is in chat with us, being our moderator. And if you get any questions, obviously, feel free about football. Feel free to ask Ted. Who else do we have? Simon D is in. Welcome, Simon. We have Spiddy Q8 is in. Welcome, Spid. eModels UK is in. Don't know who that is. No. Growth Models, no idea. Smoo's in. Hey, Smoo. Hey, Terry. Matt Bradford. Hi, everybody. Hi. Vincent's in. Mr. Les Model Making. Happy birthday, Vincent. He's 18 today.
Yeah.
Happy
8.
It might just be 8. I think. I don't know. He's like 12 or something. Everybody wish Vincent a happy birthday because he's old enough to drink now. It's brilliant. Michael Jackaman's in. Evening, sir. AD Maff is in, and Phil Kett. Welcome, Phil. I think that's Wayne Haywood, James Chapman, Zadster. See, everybody's coming in now. The football must have finished. Adam Clark, there we go. They're all piling in now. Monkey 5555555555500. All the 5s. Christopher Combs, Stephen Whittingham, Kenneth's in. Hey, Kenneth. Don't tell me you were watching the football as well. No, he's probably just woken up. And that's everybody so far. So welcome, everybody, to the Monday show. As always, it's just a chance for me and Chris and Ted, who's in the chat, to sit and gas for a couple of hours, show you some stuff in store, and probably not talk much about any kind of model making whatsoever. But you know how the show goes. As always, if you're watching this anywhere except on the eModels YouTube channel, do join in the live chat. If you want to join in the live chat and you can't see it wherever you're watching it, say you're watching it on eModels, emodels.co.uk/live, then click on the little YouTube icon, which I think is down here.
Should be that side, I think.
Around. Did I get it right?
I think so.
Yay! I'm brilliant. I know things. It's down here somewhere. Click on the little YouTube icon, and that'll pop you into the YouTube page where you can see the live chat. And do join in, because we give stickers and mugs and things away to people in the chat. So come along. It's full of lovely people who are all crazy like us. So come and join in. There was something I was going to say. If you'd like to ask us a question, please, for the love of dog, do, because we'll have nothing to talk about otherwise. If you're in chat and you want to ask a question, put a whole sentence in big fat capital letters so we can't possibly miss it. If you'd like to, you can hit the little super chat button at the bottom. I don't know what I'm pointing here. I'm pointing at my screen, but you can't.
Yeah, it's not there. It's over somewhere else.
Yeah, I'm pointing at my, because it's there. It's there on my screen. There's a little dollar symbol at the bottom of the chat. That's the super chat. If you use that, it'll put your chat question or comment in a big coloured box, and we can't possibly miss it. But last of all, if you're not able to get into the chat at all, then you can just mail your question to Ted, because he's looking after the emails. So it's ted@emodels.co.uk. So do feel free to mail your questions. And when we do the giveaways, if you send us a question and an answer for us to use during the giveaway section, we'll send you a sticker. So again, if you've got a question and the answer to the question, and include your name and address in the email so we know where we're sending the sticker to, send that again.
If it's the right answer, even better, but we don't really care about that. So.
Yeah, we don't care. We don't do fact checking. You can say, what colour is the sky? Bananas. And we'll accept that as the true answer. And if anybody,
it might be a while until someone answers bananas, though. So
yeah, make for a long show. Think of the revenue. Make money on that one, on the views. But yeah, anyway, questions for us to talk about, or things for us to talk about. And it doesn't have to be questions about model making. It can be questions about anything, preferably anything, because we can get a lot more mileage out of other stuff.
On that note, we have a question from Spid. He says, I think it's directed to you. He says, did you eat all the Kit Kats?
I didn't eat all the Kit Kats, no.
Are there any Kit Kats left?
There are. We've got about halfway through. I've had about 2, and Mum's had about 1 million. So the people that don't know, my friend Paul, Chris, Paul, and I do other things, but my friend Paul, Chris and I's friend Paul, sent me a big box of New York cheesecake giant Kit Kats. There's hundreds of them, and I've been working my way through them for the last 2 days. Very nice. I may have chocolate fatness at the moment. So
it was yesterday, actually.
Hmm?
It was only yesterday you got them.
Yeah,
2 or 3 days.
I really do like chocolate. I really do like chocolate. It's not going to last long. So yeah, send any questions to ted@emodels.co.uk if you can't get in the chat. But like I say, if you want to do a question and answer, send that to Ted. Don't put that in the chat, because that'd be really silly. And then Ted will hopefully, if Ted remembers, wake up, Ted. If Ted remembers, he'll forward that on to me. Has he sent me anything? Not yet. So anyway, let's crack on, shall we, Chris? How the devil are you? And what have you been, my young man?
I am good. If I remember correctly, last week I built a Lego Saturn V.
Yes, and you attempted to show it, sort of.
It's over there. I can't show it again. But I've done the next bit, the first bit of my actual model kit Saturn V, which is that way around.
Cool, which is smaller.
It's slightly smaller. This is actually 144 scale. I think the Lego one's 100 or 110 scale or something. So yeah, that is the first stage. Basically, the second stage goes on top, and then I think there's a third stage, and then the modules and stuff.
The people bit.
The people bit, yeah. There should actually be 3 people standing on the base here, but I stole one of them when I got the kit ages ago to use as my little. I stole one of them to be my little pointing at stuff man. So he's not going to be going on the display, because I use him for my pointing at stuff in video, man. So I filled in the hole on one of them. So I've got 2 more holes to put the other 2 men on at some point. Although the instructions say put them on now, I think that's just silly, because they're going to get knocked off. So I'll leave them till the end. Excellent.
Do you actually get little peoples to go in the capsules and stuff, like the people in space people?
No.
No.
There are 3 peoples in the kit, and that's one of them, and 2 other ones. I think there's one standing there going like that, and there's one standing there going like that, and there's one standing there like this.
There's one guy there going, 10 years. Come on, you're having a laugh on 10 years.
I've got this bit left over. I don't know where it goes.
We really shouldn't have got this from Aldi.
Yeah, so that's what I've been doing in model making this week. Yeah, I shall be continuing on with the second stage. I think that's my plan. I've got the tugs still in situ. I've got to do the big towery bit on the top of them, but I'm still feeling this at the moment. So
yeah,
going to do another stage of that.
Cool. Now the important thing is, of course, have you decided on a colour scheme?
Yeah, it's going to be white with some black on it.
Kick. I said something I shouldn't say then.
I'm going traditional, and
you're not going for the digital camo then or anything like that.
No, I don't think I'll do that, and I don't think it's going to be particularly weathered because it's sitting on the launch pad sort of thing. So
I don't know though. If
there'll be some sort of streaking and weathering of being out in the weather, but not through being flying through space for weeks.
Yes, not going to cover it in paint chips.
No, but there'll be some fluid leakage, I'm sure.
Ew, what about the model?
Yeah, probably that as well.
Yes. Me, I've not been. Well, I've been up to a bit. Last week, I've finished the Imperial Skitter. That's waiting to go up to eModels now. I have been working on my Master Grade Strike Rouge Autori, which isn't available in store, but they do have the Master Grade Strike Ale Strike Gundam. So if you want, it's my favourite mobile suit. And yes, I've mentioned Gundam, so about 100 people have just won the street sweepstake. The Strike Gundam is my favourite mobile suit, and they don't have the Autori or the Strike Rouge, but they do have the Ale Strike. I think it's Master Grade, or it might be High Grade. Go and check it out. It's an awesome mobile suit. So I've been working on that, but it's just a big pile of bits at the moment because I've been nubbing and cleaning. The only thing I can share this week is I did on Thursday. I think I got myself a couple of. Went to the Warhammer store and got myself a couple of Armiger Helverins. Yes. One of my followers very kindly donated a gift voucher, so I got myself some Helverins. I've made them up.
Aren't they in things from Robocop?
Yeah, it's like, you have 5 seconds to comply. They are really sweet, but the thing that's most important about these is that it's the first time I've ever done this, but let me use my amazing tool of focusing to show you something, because this is a first for me. My focus, why is it on autofocus? Shut up. Where is it? There. You can't find the focus. No, it's not in that. Anyway,
put it back on autofocus. It was about right.
Yeah, we do. I need to. I've not logged on me either ever. I'm not organised. I'm not good with this presenting lark. Anyway, the most important thing is I've done magnets.
Oh,
I've done
very strong magnets apparently.
Oh, there it is. Magnets are brilliant, but you still have to do a bit of aiming. So I've magnetized some of the weapons on there, and I've magnetized the pauldrons on the side, so they just snap back on. Apart from this, you still have to aim a little bit. So yeah, it's my first time I've ever done magnets, and I'm really pleased with that. It came out really.
Is that a Warhammer thing? Is that what people do, or is that just a thing that you've done?
No, people do, because the thing is, if you're going to play with these, if you're going to use them in a game, you want to go to a place to play the game. What you want to be able to do is get the pauldron off, and then take the gun off the sides. So then you've just got the body. Take the other gun off, and you can put it in your carry case in your storage unit. You can get like boxes with foam in them, because if you try and jam that into your travel case, it's going to get knackered. So it kind of made sense to sort of magnetize it up a bit, just so that if I ever do get round to having a game of the Warhammers, it's all magnetized and I can take it all apart. Some people do it just so they can swap the weapons out and have different weapons for different situations, but I don't do that. Yeah. So I've been doing that. And that's about it this week. So I've just done that. So I've got to crack on again with the Strike Gundam. It's all going on in Guru Towers here at the moment.
Cool. Blueser86 says, "Hey guys, you might not remember. We probably won't remember. About 3 weeks ago, he asked about polishing acrylic varnish.
I remember that.
New micromesh polishing kit to test polishing on some spoons, and it came out pretty decent.
Spoons.
So it's always good to know.
Yes, awesome. A few people are saying congratulations, Michael.
Yeah, I missed where that was.
Yeah,
by Michael Jackerman. The Hercules I built went on show at the Norfolk Aviation Museum by Norwich Airport. In the end, they wanted it.
Oh right.
I think.
Oh,
it went on show and they wanted it. Yeah, it was good.
Cool.
Yeah.
In that case, yes. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
I what everybody was congratulating him for.
Smooth's just gone out for smokes. He's back in 10. That's probably 10 minutes ago. So
yeah,
he's back now.
Jared B says, "Is it true that D'Agostini is coming out with an X-wing, and would Chris build it if it did?"
D'Agostini came out with a test run of the X-Wing, which I did buy. Or actually, I subscribed to it online and they sent me it for free. I think they do with these test runs. So I got 4 issues of an X-Wing, which has got an R2-D2 and a gun in it, which is about that long. It's quite... It's going to be, I think it's 1/16 scale or something, the X-Wing.
Yeah,
it's going to be a big puppy.
I remember if it was actually studio scale or just...
I think it was... Oh, they had a lot of different scale studio models, didn't they? So they can get away with saying studio scale, whatever they do, really.
I think the real things were like 1/32 scale or something like that.
I don't know. I can't remember the exact scale it was, but I don't know. I'm in 2 minds about doing it. I did the Falcon, and I'm halfway through doing the R2. 3/4 of the way through doing the R2 now. So yeah, I've got sort of history in that I would quite like to do it, but it is quite a big kit and I'm running out of room for big things.
Yes.
So yeah, it depends. There was a rumor going around that it's going to start in July.
When did they put the thing out? That was like last spring, wasn't it?
It came out like a while back.
Yeah, because they said, like you said,
the Falcon and the R2 both started in December, January time.
Yeah, because they always tend to like they do like a first release of like just the first 4 issues with a few parts, like test parts, and they judge what the response will be, and then if there's a good response, they'll then kind of wait about 6 months to a year and then relaunch it and start again. But sometimes if there's no response, they'll just not do it, and you'll just have 4 issues, and that's it. All you'll have to get. So
yeah, well, the 4 issues are no good, even if they do relaunch it, because they'll change things and make it better and everything anyway. James Chapman says the X-Wing is coming out after R2 and is in 1/18 scale. So after R2 would make more sense because people aren't going to want to run 2 things at once. Yeah. Because it's not cheap, but you know, it's over the course of 2 years. It's not a silly amount of money each week or whatever. But yeah.
I mean, so everybody knows I started the studio scale Millennium Falcon.
Did you? Oh.
Yeah, I got 6 episodes in, and anyway, moving on. But yeah, that was over 2 years, and that came out about 900 quid. And people were saying, "Oh my god, it's 900 quid for this model." It's like, yeah, it's studio scale, and it's over 2 years, and if it's actually about half the price of the previous studio scale models that were available. So
yeah, I wouldn't buy it if it was up front. There's 900 quid or whatever, but
yeah,
you know. $8.99 or whatever a week. It's not a big deal, is it? It's a couple of cups of coffee. I
think they do sell it now, and it's like 800 quid, something like that. You can buy it all in one go now. They tend to do that once it's finished. Somebody in the chat asked what the sweepstake was. It's just an unofficial thing that some of the guys in the chat do. Is they have a sweepstake as to how long it'll take me to mention Gundams or Gunpla.
I don't think there's actually any sweepstake money in.
It's not a real sweepstake. It's just like it's like an in joke. I saw something in the chat that I wanted to point out.
Oh, Zadster says D'Agostini always used to start their Partworks in the Christmas New Year week. Cheap telly adverts.
Ah, good point. Unless it's not the same anymore. Now it's not cheap. You don't see adverts for them anymore.
I don't watch adverts anymore with TiVos and stuff like that. You just don't. I don't bother watching them. Just fast forward through them.
The only time I see adverts for Partworks is when it's lumped in with the Daily Mail advert, and that's not going to make me go and want to buy their model. Let's have a look. Now, what's the chat doing?
So we're talking about sporks now. I'm not sure how we got into sporks. It's like the upgrade to the spoon.
Yes, you can't use sporks for testing. It's not test your paints on. It's not right.
You can use the bottom half of them.
Yes. There's a conversation going on about a group that our friend Paul, who's in the chat, he's in the chat's Team Inept. He set up a joke group just as an in joke between a group of us about how show off your paint testing spoons. It's now got about 25 members.
Yeah, people have actually joined it.
Yeah, people who's like, oh, it's a real. Oh, we better. Yeah, we didn't actually intend it to be real, but never mind. Let's have a look. Scott Sutherland says, "Dad plan." Yes, okay. We need to announce this in public. 3 things we need to announce in public. Three. Oh, what
amongst the things we need to announce?
Yeah, there's three things. First of all, at the moment, we still currently have a plan to head down to eModels on the 29th of this month, which is a day.
It's Friday week.
Friday, not this Friday, next Friday. I'm going down. Chris is hoping to be able to come up.
I'm going up, yep.
You're going up. Tony was hoping to be able to make it, but he's got work commitments and he can't get out of it. So Tony can't make it. Skipper Ted, I think, might be trying to come along. And Mike Mountain from chat, or Dad, as we like to call him, and I think John, who might not be in chat at the moment, he's going to come along. So a group of us are going up to eModels on the 29th, just throughout the day. So if you are going to be around on the 29th, do pop along. You might see me or Chris or Ted, possibly, or Dad, Mike Mountain.
Ted says he's put his holiday request in.
Yay!
I don't know how likely it is to get the holiday request, but you know.
Yeah, I don't know. It's cutting throat, but cutthroat business. This boating. It's middle of the holiday season now, isn't it? So you might not get it.
Yeah.
Sorry, Ted. We need you at the bar. We need you at the bar.
Yeah.
Not for the right reason.
Nobody else knows how to make a cosmopolitan.
Yes, or knows where to put the eModel stickers. So that's the first announcement is on the 29th. So I'll probably get there probably by 11, 12.
But Paul is also potentially coming up to eModels as well.
Oh, yes.
Complained in the chat that notice how Foxx has ignored my potential eModels visiting yet again. Heartless. I want my Kit Kats back.
Oh, sorry, Paul. So yes, that's going on. The other announcement is there was 3 announcements. I've forgotten what one of them is now.
What was the other one?
The third one was that Mike Mountain, who is in chat, everybody calls him Dad, has always said he'll never make a gunplate. No, none of this Japanese nonsense. No, it's robots. No, he's ordered one, and we've decided to call it Dadpla because it's Dad's first gunplate. He's ordered an RX-78-2. And I think he'll be picking that up when he comes to join us on the 29th. So everybody in chat, I just want to make sure everybody in chat and watching knows that there is now a Dadpla on the books and he can't get out of it now.
Nope, not at all. Jason Smith says, I live 5 minutes away from eModels. On the 29th, I'm in Somerset.
No, that's not 5 minutes away. Spid says, speak for yourself, Spock. Spoons is very real for us true enthusiasts.
Yeah, Mike says, yeah, picking up my Gundam on the 29th. Eek.
Yes. See,
yeah, but Foxx might help you build it when you're there.
Well, the thing is, he's done the right thing because if he hadn't ordered it before we'd gone, I would have been wandering around the shelf where all the Gundams are and he would have come out with like the Psycho Zaku or something.
I don't know what that is.
It's a lot more expensive. So he would have had no control. I would have just completely blindsided him into getting big, massive. So he's done the right thing by taking destiny into his own hands and choosing.
I can see him walking down, and you just putting boxes on top. Oh, you need one of them, and one of them as well, and get one of them.
Yeah, I think he'll have fun building it. He will have fun building it. Team Inept says, "Thank you, Chris. You're my favorite eModels builder."
Yeah.
Bias. You live what, across the street from each other?
Yeah, 3 or 4 miles away. It's not quite that bad.
I thought you lived across the road from each other.
Yeah, I know you always say you think that, but you know, we still don't.
Yes. Sprue Glue Addict says Dadpla. Yep, that's what we're calling it. Is Dadpla.
Yeah. Red Len says, "Can I send my little brother like to visit? We're not adopting."
Yeah. Is he old enough to drive? He's good. If he's coming by himself. Zadza says on the Piston Heads forum there is a 168-page thread on choosing teaspoons. I just kind of slightly steal mine from McDonald's when I need spoons to do test.
Sure. Joanna Hammond says, "What's tonight's email for sending questions?" Just 3 or 4 lines above that, where Ted says, "Ted, send emails to ted@emodels.co.uk."
Yep. Ted, she might not see that though, because if she's just coming to chain to chat. Don't forget, you might not see the earlier. I'll copy and paste it again anyway.
Let's do that. And Paul at Teamanep says, "I am outside his house, though." He might be. I'm not looking.
That's what the screaming was earlier on, then.
There is a window behind me, but if you see Paul's face appear at the window, then he's got a ladder.
Is there have you got like a projector or something? Because it looks like there's something projecting an outdoor scene on behind you.
It's the outdoors.
It's all moving and everything. There's daylight and there's wildlife, and I'm not used to daylight.
It's like live footage of West London. Yeah.
Yes. Griff MJ says, "Is Tedward not with us still?" Yes, Tedward is still waiting for BT to get Mr. Finger out.
He's with us in the chat, but
yes,
not in the face.
Yeah, he's in the chat, but he's not got his broadband on yet, and BT are being BT, so hopefully soon. Let's have a look. So don't forget, of course, as always, we do need you to give us stuff to talk about. So if you've got any questions, pop them in chat, put them in big fat capital letters. If you've not got access to chat, pop an email to ted@emodels.co.uk. Let's see if he sent me something. We have something from Ted. Dun, 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 dun.
Is it just Ted saying, "I'm not dead"?
Oh, Ted's email is, "I was sending any to Chris. Does he have his phone?"
I do. Was he been emailing me or what?
Yes, I guess so.
I shall check.
So Ted has emailed me to tell me that he's emailed you.
All right. I have a couple of questions. Yes.
Ooh,
Monday night question and a birthday shout out. We have a birthday shout out. Yes, if you have any shout outs you want us to do, birthdays or funerals or.
Well, maybe not funerals.
Oh, we'll announce anything. We'll take anything. It's 5 minutes, isn't it? Send them also to ted@eModels.co.uk.
Yep.
And we'll do a read out of them. Obviously, it should be something that's happening this week rather than in 10 months' time because we'll forget.
What we had so far, we've had an engagement, a wedding, birthdays, I think. Did we have somebody going for exams or something, or passed their exam at some point? I think I can't remember. But yeah, we'll announce anything: wedding, bar mitzvahs, holidays, pay rises, anything.
Oh, the shout out that we've just received is from Dad, from Mike Mountain. It says, "Big shout out for Vincent's birthday, please." We've already done that.
We'll do it again.
Happy birthday, Vincent.
Yes, happy birthday, Vincent. He's 18 today. He's just about to get his first beer. He's got hairs growing. It's a good day to be alive. He hates us both now. Well, he hates me anyway. Spruglo Addict says, hello, Ted and Fox's mum. Give it 10 minutes. I'll hear a shout from downstairs. I can hear her watching downstairs. Let's have a look.
Tony Blackwell says, can you believe that eModels don't have any Tamiya extra thin in stock? I'm sure they will have soon.
Yes.
They get big Tamiya deliveries every so often. They're huge.
I just had a shout from downstairs saying hello.
Yes. Tankers of Tamiya come in from time to time.
Yes, eModels are the UK's largest online retailer of Tamiya. So if it is out of stock, I think she's about to come upstairs then. If she's,
why are you going to see a hand?
I can hear the iPad getting louder. It's like she's about to appear. Yes, they are the UK's largest stocker. So if there's any, if you're after the Tamiya extra thin and they haven't got any, it shouldn't be long before they have more. But if you need to, just give them a quick bell or drop them a quick email and ask them when it'll be in stock.
Haven't you got all of their stock of extra thin?
I've got about 5 jars of it because people keep sending me bottles of Tamiya extra thin, which is cool. Apart from this, which I don't know if I showed last time, but Mike Mountain, aka Dad, who's making his dad plur at some point in the next few weeks, made that for me, which is a glue and microset and microsol anti-spillage device. And then he told me off because I was gluing things by holding it and putting it on the side like that. Ooh. I'm being interfered with.
We've actually got a whole mum on camera as well.
Appeared on camera then.
That was a bit scary.
You actually appeared on camera then.
Never.
The camera's there.
It is
this time.
See ya. Yay! Actual live appearance.
Close the internet.
Oh dear.
Yeah, she normally thinks the camera's normally over here, you see, so she knows where to walk to, and I've moved the camera now. She's like, oh. You'll be sitting downstairs going, oh, I don't want to do that.
Oh dear.
What was I going to say? Yes, so Dad made me that rather beautiful anti-spillage device, which is all made of plastic card. But yes, I have got quite a lot of jars of it. But yes, if there's not in stock, it shouldn't be long. They do get regular deliveries every couple of weeks, but just give them a call, drop them an email, and they'll let you know when it'll be back in stock.
Have you thought about what the third thing was or the second thing? Because that was
completely gone.
No idea at all. Right. Okay.
Completely gone. It might have been about shoutouts. I can't remember.
I reckon it'll probably turn up as soon as we click the off button.
Yeah, as soon as As soon as the stream stops and we just sit there drinking brandy and smoking cigars as we do of an evening once the stream is finished.
Oh, of course.
Smoking jackets and discussing the gold standard. It'll come to me. I don't know where all that came from.
Smooth says, if you need 2 jars, would that be a Jar Jar Fox?
I deny such things exist. Let's have a look.
Yeah, and lots of people saying hello, Fox's mum.
Everybody's saying hello to you. She's watching it downstairs.
I assume she's got the chat as well. She can probably read the.
No, I don't think she hasn't got the chat. She just sees the stream, and she just probably picks it off Facebook or somewhere. I don't know where she gets it from. I'm watching. So she doesn't do the chat. But yes, I can, because the funny thing is, I can hear her downstairs watching it on the iPad. So there's about a 30-second delay. So when I say out loud, "Hi, Fox's mum," I can hear me saying it about 30 seconds later, so I know there'll be a response.
Hello, everybody.
She says, "Hello, everybody." There you go, see? She's listening, she says. There you go. Let's have a look. Right. I'm just seeing what the chat is doing. It's quite hard when there's just two of you and you both got to read the chat.
Both don't want to be reading it at the same time, but
yes,
there we go.
Everybody's doing Jar Jar Binks talk, so I can't actually see. I can't actually look at the chat now.
I've taken my turn to do the what's in store, so we'll do that in a bit. Banned Foxx doing it again this week.
Chris tonight is in charge of the what's in store. Even though I tried to be dead sensible on everything last week, I still got a pencil in there. But even though I tried to be sensible, it's been taken off me again this week. So been given to Chris, who hopefully has brought some normality to the proceedings.
Oh, it's worth a try. You never know, but we'll see how it goes. And
I don't know what's in there.
Behave yourself. You can do it next week.
Okay.
And maybe Ted will be back the week after. I don't know. How's it work out? We're not sure yet, are we?
And then what we need to do is somehow convince Ted to do a half a horse build, just to vindicate me even more.
Yeah, half horse on a pencil. You're sorted.
Go to bed, says Damn Ducks Bobbington. We love Mum, says Butcher That Model.
Yeah.
James Chapman says, we all know Foxx has a secret loving for Jar Jar.
Yeah, we don't know about that either.
No. I've always said I like the look of the Jar Jar Binks character. I just can't stand the actual character or the movies that he wasn't in because they never made them.
James Chapman says he's guessing it's a 90s theme for the store. Foxx came up with the name of the show before I came up with the theme. So
yes, the living the 1990s dream is because Ted has no internet, and the 1990s was the last time I didn't have an internet, when we had to like phone people up and say, "Are you coming out? Are you going to the pub? Are we playing out?" There was no text messaging and emailing and all that nonsense. It was like if I wanted to order something, I had to get off my bum and go to the shop and buy it with money.
Yeah,
it was dark days. The music was terrible.
James Bone has a question. What's the best way to weather a replica web German hand grenade? I'm not sure if it means web or west or replica. Weather a replica hand grenade.
Ooh,
no, that's is it full scale? Obviously, replica is going to be a normal size thing.
Yeah.
So you just want to make it look as much like a real one as you can.
Yeah. I would guess they're not going to be like showroom pristine condition because they're going to get some rough housing before they're exploded.
Yeah, but probably not too much because you don't want them to explode accidentally.
Yeah, I mean, you might not go too far with it. There might be like, I can't imagine they primed them and then painted them. I don't know for sure, but I can't imagine they got the best paint job. So I might imagine like a little bit of chipping, maybe just around the edges of some of the raised sections.
Yeah.
Well, hang on. Did you say was it German grenade?
It did say German grenade.
So is it a pineapple grenade or a Stahl hand grenade? Is it a stick grenade or a? Let's see. That's the difference. You say.
Well, they're still going to weather around the edges, basically, aren't they?
Yeah, that's true. But then again, I suppose you don't know. They could be in a crate for months and then sit in the mud and dirt for weeks while they're being waiting to be thrown. So they might have. I mean, I'd probably say the weathering is going to be more dust and dirt than actual wear and tear. Although there might be some wear and tear. There may be the recycled metal. I don't really know, to be honest.
No.
I'd imagine you tend towards dust and dirt rather than actual damage effects. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Don't know. If you find out, let us know. Because
that's an interesting question.
It's interesting.
I didn't know these things. Replicas of hand grenades. That seems like a really bad idea.
Sergeant Bode says, "Oh no, the man in the red shirt will just show tiny things for what's in store." No, I've chosen a selection. It's not just what's in store for me; it's what's in store for you.
Oh, you don't know what's in store for you. Sprinkler Addict says, "How long is it BT told Ted his internet connection will be up and running?" I think he said a couple of weeks.
He said the end of the month.
Yeah,
but he's still got to find a room to broadcast from. I don't think he's organised that yet.
Yes, he needs an internet to broadcast through and a place to actually sit down and do the broadcast. So he's got to figure out. He's got to wait till Model Making Chicken decides which room is hers, because she'll get final say, and then he can set up.
Yeah. People are wondering if
I do apologise.
People are wondering if your mum's ever built anything, and it could be Mumpler.
Mumpler. She did try doing a bit of Lego once, but she didn't enjoy it. Yeah, Mumpler. I like that. What was I going to say? I was going to say something. I can't remember what I was going to say. No idea.
Skipper Ted does say BT messed up. Should have had it on the 5th of June. Now he has to wait till the 29th.
Well done, BT.
I assume he could be sorting out the room before he gets the internet. He's going to use the excuse of, I've got the internet now, I'll sort out my room. But it doesn't really work that way, does it?
No, I mean, the thing is, I used to work in telecom, so I know that when BT say, sorry, we messed something up, it's going to be an extra 2 or 3 weeks. What they mean is, we haven't messed up at all. That's just how long it takes us. But we'll say we messed up, so it doesn't seem quite as bad.
Yeah, well, they did say it was going to be seamless. So I think they could be right, because if there's that big a gap, that's not a seam, is it?
No, that's just 2 different parts. That's 2 different kits. Yes, yes.
Right.
Smooth Workshop says boomstick Fox.
Boomstick. Tony Blackwell says the British Mills grenades were kept in boxes of grease.
Ah. So cover it in grease.
No, that's a British grenades. I don't know.
It's difficult to find reference because you need a colour photograph of a grenade that hasn't been around for very long. Which probably doesn't. There aren't many of them around. If you see any now, like World War II ones, they'll obviously be old and knackered, but there must be pictorial reference somewhere. I can't imagine they had, I say, fantastic paint jobs. Probably just got some paint and slapped it on. There you go, Ted style. Slap it on.
I'm pretty sure they didn't carry them on their belts through with that convenient little ring just hooked on.
Didn't they go on the webbing? I don't know where they went. I assume they went on the webbing.
Yeah. John Bennett says, how many tank tracks does it take to make a bottle of sprue glue? It depends on how many tank tracks you want to sacrifice to the sprue glue gods.
I think the better question is, how many bottles of gin does it take to make the tank tracks? Sprue glue is really good stuff. If you've never, I know we've shown it before, but if you've never made any, and people wonder what it is, in case somebody's new, sprue glue is simple, because we mentioned it before. Simply a bottle of Tamiya extra thin, into which you dump a whole mess of little bits of spare sprue. Just little tiny bits. If it's, as long as it's polystyrene, it can be plastic card, it can be bits of sprue, old bits of kits you're not going to use,
or tank tracks.
Yeah, or tank tracks if you've got some spares. Just dump them in. Dump them until it's full to brimming. Give it an hour. Come back. It'll all have melted into the glue. And then keep doing that till you've got. This is a bit too thin, so I don't want to take the top off. I've not put enough in yet. But you want to put enough in so that when you pull the brush out and the brush comes out, it doesn't drip off the end of the brush. It just kind of goes like that. And if you're wondering why you want to make that, it's because that is a fantastic filler for small gaps and pits and dings. Because when you basically use it to fill a gap or a little depression, say you gouge some plastic out when you're trying to get rid of a nub, just put a blob of the sprue glue over it, let it dry. The glue flashes off and goes away because the glue is just the carrier. And what you're left with is just the polystyrene that's all settled out and is now flat. And not only can you sand it, and it welds to the plastic of the kit, you can sand it perfectly, and you can use your scriber to rescribe panel lines, which some putties don't let you do very easily. So make some soon.
Andy B67 says, hi, all late on parade was watching the England game. That finished ages ago.
And so was everybody else.
For being late then.
You were eating a kebab after the match. Come on, just be honest. There was the football, then there was a kebab, and then there's the eModels.
The only excuse for being this late after the match finished is if you're actually playing.
Yeah. And if that's the case, you get good internet in Russia. Hello.
Colin's in at Festa 67s.
Oh, hi, Colin. Anyway, have we got anybody asking us any questions? Oh, Damn Ducks Bobbington. Can I just say pizza is mine, ham, pineapple, and beef bits.
Have you got a fight with the spiders for it? Or are they
Yeah.
going to be added to the extra toppings?
Well, you're going to eat the spiders. I don't know. But he's got pineapple, which is good. He's got ham, which is good. And he's got extra beef bits, which is good. I'm fully approving of this pizza. It just needs more beef bits.
And less pineapple. Yeah.
And anchovies.
Oh, no, we're on the fruit toppings on pizza again, says Smo. Yeah.
Yeah, always. Do we have any questions? Did Ted send you any actual questions?
Ted sent me a question and question. 2 questions, in fact.
Oh, lovely.
And another question just come through. Oh,
excellent.
I'll do them in the order that they came. Shall we?
Okay.
Are we going to do questions? I don't know if they're questions for stickers or...
Well, if it's not got an answer, it's probably not a sticker question. Damn Duck says he hates fish. Yeah, but anchovies are better than fish.
Yes, we have a question from Scruffy Pup.
Hey, Scruffy.
Which is quite a small font, so excuse me. It says, hi, Fox and Chris. See, even Ted gets the mail. He's not even mentioned in it.
I know. The moment you don't appear on this show, you just blanked. You
Forgotten about. I remembered him.
Harsh business, man.
It says, a question I asked last night. If you think it will be of interest to others, please read it out. I've not read it yet, so I'll read it out anyway, and hopefully it will be of interest to others.
I shall lock it on you. Hang on a second. I realised I'm not locked on you. Go for it.
I'm talking, so it'll be locked on me anyway. But, right, I have just opened my next kit, a Revel 135th German Leopard 2 tank.
I know where this is going.
The decals inside are for a US Corsa airplane. Anyone here had this experience? I assume he really wants to know if anyone's had exactly the opposite experience.
Yeah, if anybody's got the decals, bought a Corsair and got the decals for a Leopard, can you get in touch and let him know so you can swap?
He's gone to the Revel Germany website only to find the following. Regrettably, the replacement parts feature is not available at this time. I believe this is due to Revel Germany having new owners.
Yes.
So what should he do? How should he do it? And has anyone got a spare pack of decals for the...
Yeah, he mentioned this to us the other day, and we basically said to him, what you want to do is you want to go to revel.de, which is the German Revel website, because they are actually the Revel Germany are actually really good at sending replacement parts and decals normally, but there's been a whole takeover of the German. Is it the American? No, it's the American one that's been taken over by the German one, isn't it? I've got confused now. I know Revel of America got taken over by somebody, and then there was the thing, and there was the lights in the sky, and it all got very complicated.
I know there was a thing about Revel being taken over, but I don't know if it was them or who or what.
No, I think it was another company that took over Revel of America, and now they're part of the Revel of Germany. It's really confusing. Anyway, so we said go there because they're really good and they'll get the replacement parts, but obviously he struggled.
Apparently going there's not any help.
No, it might be worth trying the... For what it might probably won't do anything, but it might be worth trying the Revel USA website then, and just see if there is a Revel USA website. I've never actually been to it. I always use the Germany one. See if that works. The only other thing I can think is to contact the retailer you got it from, whether it's eModels or somebody else, and just say, hey, you've sent me this kit. It's got the wrong decals. Can you send me can I send it back and get replacement, or however you want to do it? I know if you got it from eModels, just give them a shout and they'll get it sorted out for you. If you got it from somewhere else, just give the retailer a shout. If you bought it off eBay from some Joe Schmo, then you might just maybe want to go and see if you can find some decals on an eBay or something like that, maybe. Yeah. But yeah, that's I've never had that. I've never had like completely the wrong decals.
I might not notice.
Yeah.
Oh, it says use decal number 7. Okay, I'll use decal number 7. Won't fit. Yeah.
Yes, Sergeant Michael Jackham says, got a spare set of decals for a 132nd F4U Corsair. That's probably not helpful for his Leopard, I suppose.
It's less helpful, yeah.
Yeah. Try going through Revel UK, says Tony Blackwell. I didn't realise there was one. So yeah, could give the Revel UK a try. It's always best to try and go to the manufacturer first.
Yeah, I mean, if you bought it recently, then back to the shop, maybe they might be able to just help you out, open up another kit. But if it was a one you've had in stash for a while, which is the problem with having a big stash of stuff that you can't really go back to.
Yeah,
I bought this from you 36 years ago.
Yeah, that was my son. That was my dad that sold that to you. But yeah, I was like, if it was from eModels, then just give them a shout because they'll be more than happy to sort you out.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's certainly weird that getting the wrong decals completed. Somebody in the factory was having a real Friday afternoon there. Sprue Glue Addict asks, question, will Foxx be showing his first game of Warhammer live on the YouTubes? Probably not, because it'll be at my local Warhammer shop.
And it will be in 26 years' time.
Yeah, it'll be in about 5 years' time when I finally get my army painted. The thing about filming a Warhammer game is you need obviously a big table to play on, and if you've got that, you then need kind of really quite complex camera setups to get a camera above the table. And I've just got an iPhone. That's what I film on. So yeah, probably not. Yes, I want to play. I just don't know anybody that plays, so it'll have to be when I've got my army painted. I'll have to go to my local Warhammer store and say, "Can you teach me?" That'll be fine.
Dave Barker says, Ted, I used Slap It On in the last video, but I mentioned it was from you for copyright purposes.
Good man. That video won't get pulled. James Chapman says, question, what's the best stuff to use to take out crinkles and bubbles out of decals?
That would be
I'm letting you answer that one,
micro set and micro sol would be the two to use for that.
Yep.
I always get confused as to which one's which. But the blue one first.
Yes. If they're already on the model, that's a whole different proposition.
Yeah, well then just use lots of the red one.
Yeah.
Which is micro set.
Yes, microsol is the red one. I never
Sol is the red one.
Yes, if they're not on the model yet, and you're just saying what happens if, use a decal setting solution. You don't have to. It just makes life a bit easier. Like microsol and microset, which you can get from eModels. Microscale Industries microsol and microset, or you can get. I think they've also got Mr. Mark Softer and Mr. Mark Setter from Mr. Hobby. They're Mr. Hobby versions of those two products.
And they're easier to get the right way round. They're easier to get the right way round. The sort of softer and setter, because that makes sense.
Yeah, because it does make a bit more sense. But yes, they're a bit stronger. They're a bit more aggressive. If they're already on the model, then yes, and you've not varnished over them or anything, you might want to maybe try something like the Micro Sol or the Mr. Mark Softer. What that does is it kind of melts the decal a bit and softens it down. It might not fix it completely, because if they're really wrinkled in, and what it does is it softens it, expands, and then contracts again. It might help it settle down, but if they've been on there for a while or you varnished over them, there's not really a lot you can do. One thing I did do once, the only thing I'd say to prevent it when you're putting them on is if you've got setting solutions, use setting solutions. If you haven't got any and you're just using water and putting them on, when you get them on the model, make sure to get a cotton bud and just roll it gently over the decal to squash any excess water or air, because your wrinkles and bubbles are coming from either air trapped underneath, or it's perhaps gone over a rough surface and it's just got some air trapped underneath. Also, make sure you do it on a gloss surface, because that's the best surface to put a decal on. But yeah, one thing I had to do once, I did a Millennium Falcon. I actually finished a Millennium Falcon once, believe it or not. I know. And I put the decals on, and the decals went all wrinkly. I don't know why, but they went all kind of crinkly, like old man's skin. But luckily, it was the Millennium Falcon. So what I was able to do, because the decals came with some chipping in them already, like designed into the decal. So all I did was I got a sanding stick and very gently sanded them a bit. I hadn't varnished over them, so I varnished over I didn't varnish them first. I put the decals down. No, did I? No, I didn't. I left them for about 2 or 3 days, so they fully dried. Very, very carefully with a very sort of soft sanding stick or sanding sponge, just very gently went over the decals. It just took the tops off the little ridges and bumps, and it also faded the decal a bit, just to make it look a bit more lived in. So if it's a really heavily weathered model, and it's like, like a kind of Millennium Falcon or something, then you can actually get away with just doing that to smooth them down and weather it. It's a very destructive method, and it might go horribly wrong, so be very careful. But as a last resort, that's what I did, and it actually made my Millennium Falcon look superb, because when they were finished, the decals weren't lumpy, they were flat and smooth, but they also were faded. They weren't bright red and yellow, they were now sort of faded red because I sanded them a bit. So that's a bit hit and miss, and it's destructive, so that's kind of a last resort, that one.
Back to the missing decals. What have we got? Tony Blackwell says the American one's gone bust. American Revel.
Yes,
they were the ones that were taken over.
Yeah, the one that got taken over, and I think they've been rolled into the Germany side. So it might be that Revell Germany's kind of just getting everything sorted out.
Yeah, maybe so. Ted actually says just slap some mud on. Tanks didn't have many markings anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
So yeah, just cover it in mud.
Yeah, that's the other option is just weather it, cover it with weathering. Nobody will know. Get a little Dremel and just put a big like impact mark from some kind of round or shell. Perfect.
Right, Simon D has a question. What is a good base coat colour to put under gold paint?
Brown. Yeah. Oddly.
White is too bright and bold. Black's probably a little bit too dark.
Yeah, so. It depends what kind of shade of gold you want, because there can be so many different shades of gold. It depends what gold paint you're using. The one thing I've learned is you can't put a gloss black. Well, you can put a gloss black coat under gold, but it doesn't work like a normal metallic. It doesn't quite work. You think it would just make it come out more shiny, but it doesn't always work. It makes it come out quite dull. If you put white under it, you can get a nice kind of pale Arabic gold kind of look. And if you use like a yellow, it can make it a bit bolder. And brown can just give you a much deeper gold colour.
Red Leno 8 says use red under gold, but he would, wouldn't he? He would say red.
Yeah, always red. Yes, you can use different colours to get different effects. So as always, get your spoons, go to McDonald's and nick a load of spoons. I don't recommend nicking spoons from anywhere. And try out different colours. It's not like I say, it's not like a normal metallic where you just put a black gloss black down and suddenly you get shiny chrome like with silvers. You can do that, it's not quite the same. But yeah, browns, reds, basically warm colours help give you a deeper gold colour. Browns, reds, yellows to a certain degree. Just have fun with it. Have an experiment. Depends what kind of gold you want to create, because there's a million different shades of it.
Apparently, Tamiya have just released a decal softener as well. Tony Blackwell got an email about it from Tamiya themselves, I assume.
I'm going to guess it's called Tamiya Decal Softener.
It's called Tamiya Decal Adhesive Softener.
Ah, yeah, they're not one for funny names, the Tamiya, like, are they? More like Mr. Colour and Mr. Hobby and
yeah, I think
Mr. Mark
that's what it says on the tin.
Yeah, it's a softener for decal adhesives. It's a decal adhesive softener.
Alan Northwest Modeler says Revel Germany have been bought by a private equity group.
Yeah, that sounds about right. It got really confusing.
America have gone bust and Germany have been bought out, maybe.
Yeah, that's why it got confusing, because there's buyouts and bankruptcies and everybody's falling over, and it's like somebody's going to take it over. There's no sudden risk of Revell disappearing off the face of the earth.
No,
so they'll be around in one form or another. Any other questions come through from Tedward?
There's a couple of sticker questions, but not any.
Don't think
any other questions that we need to ask people immediately.
Yeah, we're not quite there yet.
Just
what's chat doing?
On chat. And we'll talk about spoons. Use the X20A for softening decals as well.
Yes, John Bennett says it in there, and I know Tony Fairclough, when he did some of his videos for eModels, used it as well. You can actually, if you actually, it's very strange, but if you actually get a nose full of microset and microsol.
Not that eModels encourage sniffing of solvents.
No, but if you that one smells like, hang on, what was this one smell like? That one smells like X20A, or a bit of X20A and a bit of isopropyl alcohol, and that one smells a bit like vinegar and a bit of X20A. So you can actually use X20A thinners to soften them. It's very, very aggressive, though, so you've got to be really, really careful. I know TK, when he did his Blackbird SR71 that had the worst decals he's ever come across, took coat after coat after coat of just any solvent he could get his hands on to soften them down. But yeah, any kind of solvent like that will work. It's just it's quite harsh. So you've got to be. It's very easy to just burn the decals off completely if you use that stuff. But as a last resort, there's no, if your model's going to be ruined if you don't fix it, and you've got nothing else to try, and his last resort is you try some X20A, something like that.
Yeah, we'll just cover it in mud.
Yep. Joanna Hammond said yes, it's very aggressive.
Yeah.
The only thing to mention is IPA, as with things like X20A and isopropyl alcohol and stuff, they are alcohol solvents. They will quite happily eat through your acrylic paints and varnishes. So you have to. So we're saying when we say it's very aggressive, it won't just dissolve your decal. It might dissolve your paint and your gloss coat.
Yeah. Some plastics as well. It doesn't like. So yeah.
If it's a Bandai kit, don't even just Yes. But if you didn't do a gloss coat before you put the decals on, that might have led to some of your problems with it wrinkling and bubbling, because you want a gloss coat, so it's got it's not, don't have to, but it just reduces the chance of any kind of bubbles or silvering or anything like that. If it's a Mobius kit, then it's just because the decals are Mobius decals that it's gone wrinkly and crinkly because they're horrible. Now you know. It's not a Mobius Colonial Viper by any chance, is it?
Yeah.
Or a Batmobile. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. That's what we're doing in chat.
Alex BB says the new Tamiya decal adhesive softener type comes in a 10ml bottle with a brush, released on June the 2nd in Japan, so it might be a while before it hits here.
Yes, depends what it is as well, because it can take quite a while for some of these solvent products to get to the UK.
Some of them don't ever, do they?
No, you can't get the ABS glue outside. Well, you can probably get it in Europe, but nobody over here stocks the ABS glue.
The Tamiya panel line accent things you can't get here either.
No, I don't know why, because they're only enamel colours. But it's for the Tamiya extra thin for a long time. Nobody in the UK stocked it because they weren't able to get it. It wasn't shippable because it was a solvent. And it's only recently in the last few years that it's outside Europe, we've actually been able to get extra thin. Before now, it was ordering it from God knows where. And then I think eModels got it a couple of years ago. I was like, yes, finally I can get my extra thin from somewhere.
There do seem to be a lot more glues than there used to be.
Yeah.
It used to be, 30 years ago, you building a kit, you used a bit of the squeezy stuff that came out of bottles, and
you're going back to those.
Stick your fingers together and Spitfire stuck to your face.
Yeah.
But,
what's the forehead? Oh. I think now there's a lot of, because everything advances anyway, but I think what you've got now, in the old days, it was you had like a small number of brands that did a small number of things like glues and paints and stuff like that. Now you've got a large number of different brands, but those companies have a greater understanding of brand loyalty as well nowadays. So it's not just, Humbrol that do some paints and some brushes and some glues because that's what modelers use. They didn't have to worry about it. Now you've got different brands with their own corporate image and their own sort of style, and they want to have a whole sort of ecosystem of their products, and they're very aware. And there's a lot more loyalty towards particular manufacturers now. So you do find there's a much greater diversity, but you'll also get a lot of the same products from different manufacturers, so they all want a piece of that pie, which is great because it's all just more choice for the model maker. But I can't believe that people actually still make tubes of glue. It's like, why?
Well, when I came back into modeling because of the Big Falcon, actually, and before I started building that, thought I'd better make a couple of models to get my hand back in again.
Yeah,
I haven't built a model for 20 years, and built the Viper. Actually found your videos and built the Viper. So
you're welcome.
And was shocked then when I went back to the Big Falcon, and it was a case of, you can't use that glue on it. It's like, what? It just won't work. It's different plastics, and you can't use the Tamiya glues on that because it won't do anything to it. It's like,
you were like, I can't even spell ABS. What is this nonsense?
It's glue. It just sticks stuff together, but it obviously works brilliant for what it's designed for, but doesn't work for everything.
And it's weird to think when you think that, like, if you're building that big D'Agostini Falcon or you're making a Gumpler with an ABS frame, you're basically gluing together bits of car bumper.
Yeah,
pretty much. I was going to say something then. So there is a lot of brand loyalty, and that's why you get the brands now fighting it out. And you get companies like Ammo and AK who are very, very similar in their product lines. There's a bigger reason behind that, but from the outside, it's basically two different companies doing the same things. But they've got some variations, but it's because everybody wants a piece of that pie, which is, I say, it's just great. It's great for choice for us. Go back 30 years and you literally had Humbrol paints, there were enamels, and you had a tube of glue.
Zadster says, I suspect a lot of models are bought by grandparents and they expect to get a tube of glue.
Yeah.
So, that might be it.
I actually went to AN, how can I put this? AN retail outlet recently, and was shocked to find that their in-house glue product was little tubes. I'm like for model making. I was like, what's this nonsense? Put that away. Tubes of glue, it's arcane.
Right, well, we're an hour down. Shall we do something planned?
Yeah, we planned.
Well, the things we have lined up to choose. You can choose. We can either do the what's in store, which you don't know anything about yet.
Yep.
Or we can give away a mucky sticker.
Oh yeah. Should we do the? It's up to you. I'll let you choose. You can choose.
I just gave you the choices.
I'm going to give you the choice. I'm locking it on you, and you've got the choice now. You can choose.
Okay. I'll get rid of this window behind the screen then. I'll do the what's in store, shall I?
Okay.
Okay. If I can find the right button.
Oh, don't press it. Oh, you can't press that button, can you?
I can't press that button. I was getting nervous before you came back because you had to go away and I couldn't press the button if we needed to.
Ted says, someone said they bought a kit for their son but was disappointed because there was no paint in it. Yes, I actually saw that was actually genuine feedback on the eModels website. And I'm like... Oh.
Yeah, well, there are kits that do have paint in it, so you can sort of...
Yeah, but, it usually says in the box, paint and glue not included.
All right. Okay. Anyway, apparently it's locked on me, and I'm just about to share a screen.
Ooh,
So
what we
hopefully
got?
you
Let's have
can
a
see
look.
what I've got.
Ooh.
Right. I've picked a theme, and the theme I picked because it's football time is football.
Yay!
There aren't any kits about footballs.
Football. What's this got to do with football?
But this is foot sergeants.
You're going to make us all the tenuous links, aren't you?
Yeah, well, it's quite tenuous, but it's
Everybody's getting their scorecards ready, and then if they turn around and say they miss my nonsense, I'll be more than happy. Go on.
They might miss it. You never know. So this is the Mars 172nd Teutonic foot sergeants from the 15th century. Plastic model figures.
Cool.
So you get, that's basically all we can tell you about that. We don't know much more about it. You get some people, they're like knights and side shields and stuff.
Yeah, Sergeant Bone says, see, tiny.
Tiny 172nd. It's not that size. It's twice the size of my normal things.
Paul at Team Inept says, I bet Chris's desktop wallpaper is a photo of me.
Yeah, but I can't show that because, the reasons. Right, okay, we'll go a bit bigger then, shall we?
Before you go anywhere, I like the fact that the guy in the very front is kind of doing some kind of disco move.
Yeah, they're all doing disco moves.
A little bit of a shook with his
this one at the back is doing that sort of pointing thing, and I like his hat. Is
he doing some kind of like keep fit thing with his some kind of like disco moves?
Yeah, it's like the ye olde YMCA.
Yeah, it's those dark days of the 1990s all again.
I don't know if they're different teams with the different hats on, or if they just didn't get the memo.
Bruglo Addict says football with shields and spears, cool. And Smooth says, "What is football?" And Speed says, "Fitba," and he's like, "Oh right, Fitba, I get you."
Right, yeah.
There we go.
Right, next up we have the AMT 137 Bigfoot 4x4x4. I'm not sure where the extra 4 comes from.
4x4x4. It's got I don't know, 4-wheel drive. I don't know actually. Is it?
It doesn't say.
Is it because it's? Somebody explain what 4x4x4 means.
Has it got an extra? I don't know.
Is it 4x4 by? It's got a 4.
I mean, technically, even 4x4 is not right, is it? Because it's 2x2.
Oh, 4-wheel steering maybe. Zadster says 4-wheel steering, 4x4x4.
It's got big suspension things. It's a snap kit, so it's quite easy to build.
Yeah, Spid says 4-wheel drive and 4-wheel steering, like a warthog from Halo.
Oh, there you go. But with less guns.
You can crab. That'd be brilliant.
Less guns on it.
Yes. Can you give us a close-up of that box there, if you would?
I can indeed.
Yes, let's have a look. So this is the Bigfoot 4x4x4.
This is Ford F-150.
Ooh, it was a snap kit, did it say?
Snap kit, yeah.
Cool. What scale is it?
1/32.
Wow, that's kind of nice and big then, isn't it?
Yeah.
I like that.
It's got lots of suspension and stuff on it, and lots of girders underneath.
Girders? Is it made in Scotland?
From girders.
It was only 4x4. Got to stop, says Tony Blackwell.
Yeah.
And Philly says it's 64. 4x4x4.
Yes. It's 64 at 1/32.
Says, okay, that's better.
Right, okay. We shall,
especially if it's a snap kit. It'd be a nice, quick, easy build, but you can have a lot of fun with that.
Yeah.
Especially because you'd have to then go out and buy a load of like 1/32 scale other vehicles, squish them, and put them
or you could go and dig up your garden and get lots of earth and build little ramps and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, get a load but then combine it with a load of 1/32. Get a load of 1970s 1/32 scale American cars and just make them all wrecked and put them right in front of it.
You could just put them in the oven as well, and then they'll be melted and flattened.
Yeah, I wonder if you drop it onto its wheels, it does that badoing gadoing gadoing thing that.
I'm sure it does.
Yeah, I wonder if it makes the noise as well.
No, it doesn't make the noise. You have to do that yourself.
No,
like with most things.
Sergeant Bone says my sister does the monster truck shows. They sell this at the shows.
Ah, cool. Yeah, they probably sell it at $34.99 though. eModels do it at $31.49.
Smooth says it looks a bit like a toy remote control car. Don't ever say that to a real monster truck driver. Don't go to America and say that.
Yeah, that's probably not.
My brother actually lives in Memphis, in Tennessee. And I think he went to a monster truck show once because he'd been there for about 30 years. And when you first go there, you're a Brit in America. You have to go and see an American football game. You have to go and see all the things that Americans do. But he said I had to go and see a baseball game and stuff. And he said I had to go and see a monster truck show. And he said it was at the same time the most boring thing ever, but also the most awesome thing ever because it's monster trucks. He said, I'd only been there for about 6 months, and I instantly felt like an American because I was enjoying it.
Yeah, it's definitely quite American, isn't it?
Yeah, there's nothing more American than monster trucks and really bad beer.
Right, next up, we go back to Tiny again. More people.
Whee!
French foot dragoons, not dragons. I thought it was to begin with. I was quite impressed, but it wasn't. But
I can't imagine why I've got an ABBA song in my head, but I appear to have an ABBA song in my head.
I don't know. Is that about dragoons? Is it?
Might be the Waterloo bit.
Might be. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's water in this as well, so you can build a little diorama with a pond.
What's little army dudes?
Little army dudes. They look almost sort of fantasy with the helmets.
Yeah. See these kind of figures. It's like this is what tabletop gaming used to be before things like Warhammer and stuff came out. There's a rich and storied history to these kind of figures because these are designed for your sort of real wargamers.
Yeah.
My local war games club, which does things like Warhammer and stuff like that, also does traditional war games. So it might not be the kind of thing you or I will build, but you know, if you like your war games, historical reenactments on the tabletop, which is where it all started.
Yeah. I know it doesn't actually say how many you get in the pack though, so there's quite a few pictured on the box.
Yeah, about 700, I think, probably.
8 or 9 in the pack, so
yeah,
all doing different things.
Little soldier men.
Yeah.
Tony Blackwell says the name Dragoon comes from dragon.
There you go.
Yes. A Smooth Workshop says about the monster truck. Michael Jackman mentioned there's not many 132nd vehicles, and Smooth says a lot of the Airfix starter kits are 132, so you could crush those. Yeah.
Accidentally, yeah.
Yeah. Let's have a look. They were horse mobile infantry with the dragoons.
There is a horse in the background, yeah.
Is it half a horse or a whole horse?
It looked like you can only see the front half, but it's probably a whole thing.
The half could be clear and transparent. You never know.
It could be. You never know. Yeah.
Sergeant Bones says, okay, that reminded me, Fox. I used to have 256th scale tank armies for wargaming.
Yeah.
Yes, I mean, there is quite a big wargaming scene, obviously, but in terms of traditional wargaming with, like, Napoleonic battles, and it's often like the Napoleonic Wars, or you've got the Zulu Wars, or the American War of Independence, that kind of thing. It's quite a big scene. It tends to be your older modelers.
Was it still like wargaming, or was it just that you had a room that you set aside and had a big table in the middle that you created a particular scene from a battle on it? And that was it.
I seem to remember it was the whole wargaming thing was actually somebody correct me in the chat, but it was somebody like H.G. Wells or somebody that actually invented the whole thing of miniature wargaming. H.G. Wells, or somebody that you wouldn't have expected to invent it, like at the start of the 20th century. He wrote a book called something along the lines of a game of miniature warfare for boys and very smart girls.
Yeah, you wouldn't get in trouble for that at all now, would you?
Of its period. Yes. Michael Jackman says, Ted, you were supposed to send them a list. I'm feeling the needle swaying back towards me now,
No, there's no needle. I've got control. It's mine, all mine. Right, next up.
Next we have a menu.
Yeah. No, the big name is 6 foot braided air hose.
Oh, yes.
eModels actually have a selection of different air hoses. I picked the 6 foot because it was quite nice, but they have other feet are available.
Yes.
There's a more expensive one they've got with the quick release already on it, which is quite nice if you need to release your airbrush quickly.
Release your air quickly, that's not
but yeah, air hose, you never have too many hoses. There's
a lot of it's worth actually saying as well, let's not forget, a lot of people who are new to airbrushing won't know why you need to buy an air hose. And the simple fact is that when you buy an airbrush now, most of them tend to come with little plastic hoses, which are fine. Like mine is all kind of curly like a telephone cord, and I've never really replaced it, just the one that came with my airbrush. And they're fine, but ideally you want a really sort of thick gauge hose, as in one that's quite wide. The reason you want a long hose or a very wide hose, really, is because the longer or wider your air hose, the more stable air supply you get. Especially if you've got a compressor that doesn't have an air tank. If you've got a compressor that doesn't have an air tank and it just literally takes air from the compressor straight into the airbrush, can't get my words out, If you have a really short or really thin hose, the air that comes out of the compressor is in pulses. It's not like a constant airflow. It's like little pulses of air. If you have a really short hose, then when you spray your paint, it'll come out of your airbrush in little pulses. You'll get that normally means you've got a really short or really crappy air hose. If you have a really, really long air hose or a really curly air hose or anything, quite a thick one, your air hose actually acts like an air tank. So the air can build up in the hose, and by the time it gets to the airbrush, it gives you a more constant flow of air rather than being sputtery. It's never a replacement for an air tank or on a compressor, but it can help. And if you're ever having spraying problems and you've only got a little thin plastic tube, maybe it's worth investing for a bigger, thicker tube, because you can get better airflow through your brush, and also you can get higher pressures as well, which can also help if using, you know, a brush that needs a high pressure. A more heavy duty hose is often a good idea.
Yep, that's exactly what I thought when I picked
10
it.
minutes about that. It's an air hose. I didn't.
That's exactly what I thought when I picked it, because I thought Fox would be able to talk for ages about that.
I feel like I'm on QVC now. I'm going to talk 45 minutes about this Star Trek T-shirt or something.
Right. So next up, we've got even bigger.
Oh, monster truck!
It's an actual monster truck, a Tamiya.
It's a 110 scale. Oh, it's a remote control.
It's actually radio controlled, yeah.
Oh yeah.
So
look at that.
That's definitely going to have the suspension that makes noises.
And goes.
Yeah.
That's just ask.
Look at the size of the things on that. I don't know. I'll have a look.
It might be electric. I'm not sure. I think it's probably electric.
I used to have a couple of the Tamiya RC cars, and they were all electric then. That was before they started doing them in petrol.
I wonder if that's the sort of classic Tamiya clear body shell that you paint from the inside with the polycarbonate.
Normally,
paint.
yes, I believe so.
Yeah.
Modern successor to the Blackfoot line of trucks.
Nice.
Doesn't say. No. Doesn't actually say how it's powered, but I can't see a big petrol tank. So
It'll be because
it's going to be electric.
Battery packs and stuff, don't they?
Yeah.
Vincent and Mr. Lowe says it was H.G. Wells that invented tabletop gaming because a Kotaku article popped up the moment he did the search. That's where I found out, through Kotaku.
Yeah, must be right.
Philly says, was there also an M.G. Wells and a P.G. Wells? If you know your Gumpler, that's very amusing. H.G., M.G. and P.G. Yeah.
Yeah.
Moving on. I find it funny.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so just say slightly more expensive, but it's obviously electronics in there as well, being radio controlled.
Yes,
so
it's a proper remote. That's just begging to go through muddy puddles and this and that, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
That's if you kind of our age and you get into that point in life where you start to think maybe a Harley or a sports car is the thing you need to make yourself feel better about yourself, but perhaps you can't quite afford that.
Yeah.
Why not treat yourself? I wouldn't get this for the kids because they'll never get near it. You'll get it and you'll be playing with it all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean 1/10 is massive, isn't it?
Yeah, 1/10 is huge. I had a frog. And the reason I asked about the clear body shell was I got the frog and I didn't know you had to use the polycarbonate paints to paint the inside of the plastic body.
Yeah.
So I painted it with normal paints and all the paint fell off. I'm like, oh. So
and you have to do it backwards because you have to do the detail first and then
you have to do all the wrong way around,
color underneath because it's all very strange.
From the inside out.
Yeah.
We're talking about somebody in chat. Some Spiddy QA met him twice, but I don't know who they're talking about. Can't be H.G. Wells.
Probably not. No.
Griff MJ says Dragoon. The name is derived from a type of firearm called the Dragon, which was a handgun version of a blunderbuss.
Ah, there you go.
Carried by the dragoons of the French army.
And lots of fire came out when you fired it, I think, probably.
Yes. I don't know who it is that Michael Ted says he's been blocked by someone. I don't know who. And Spiddy Q met someone, but again, I don't know who because I can't find it in the chat.
Okay. I'm sure if it's interesting, they'll tell us again.
Yes.
Right. The penultimate selection today is the SMR 172 Sukhoi SU-25K Frogfoot.
I love that word, SMR.
SMR. It's a great manufacturer. No one I've not heard of.
Who makes that? SMR.
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 It's, yeah.
That's my new favourite word apart from spoot.
I don't know if it's technically a shark mouth. It doesn't really look like a shark mouth. It's definitely a mouth.
Yeah, it's just it looks I don't know. It's kind of a shark mouth, but it's too small and finicky. It needs to be massive and go
eyes, though. It's got eyes.
It's a dumb looking plane. You have to be honest.
It's lovely.
It's a very funny little plane. It's a very funny little plane.
That's fine. No, it's a lovely plane. Yeah, and only £8.09.
£8.09 space pence.
It's
A little weekend build.
yeah.
I love that name, though. Smith. I know it's not Smith, but you can't help but say it's Smith. Smith.
And to finish off tonight's what's in store, we have a foot.
Yay! See this? See,
A skeletal foot.
at least when I do something with bones in it, you get half a horse and then the bone half of the
You
horse.
get a life-sized foot.
With Chris, you just get all bones.
It's fully articulated, life-size, anatomically accurate,
Anatomically.
with a display stand included.
Contains an anemometer.
Yes, skill level 2.
Skill level 2. That's brilliant. You could put that in diorama.
More challenging.
Why has it got an American flag on it?
Because it's made with pride in the USA.
Really? That's the thing now, is it?
That's what it says under the flag. So
that's very strange. I think hey, let's put it to the chat. Chat, does that beat my half a horse, or does my half a horse beat that in terms of silliness?
It's a proper foot. It's life size. Well, can't go wrong with a life size foot, can you?
I know people with big feet and small feet.
It's got the little medical symbol with it as well, so it must be right.
Cool. It is kind of cool, though. I don't know why you.
I'm not sure why you'd want a display stand for it.
Why would you want the display stand?
What's it? It's a foot.
And you have to ask, do they stock the rest of the skeleton?
No, I don't know. Maybe it's part work. You have to come back next week for the left leg.
It's part 72. I'll only get past then basically the head, won't I?
Just
6 sensors on the head.
Yeah. Right, so there we are. There we have what's in store this week.
A very good selection, I think. There.
Thank you.
Yes. And what people in chat? What do you think? How did Chris do?
Who's
more nuts, me or
how was it for you?
We're steady now.
Sue says horse is better.
Horse is better.
Pete Rogers says horse, and Osric 9000 says I'd rather have the horse. Okay, looks like it's your turn next week then.
I have to say, I am strangely proud of the fact that on this show I was able to show half a horse as a valid model kit. That's my moment. That's my proudest moment on this show. Even more proud than actually showing a Dora in stock, in what's in store, and then selling it. And then the guys.
Sergeant Bone says horse is best.
Michael Jackman says it's nice, but I'd rather have a tank.
Jerry Moore says thumbs up, Chris. So yeah, I've got one vote for me. So Tony Blackwood's asking out of 10. Yeah, out of 10 works for me. But
cool. I've really lost track of who's talking about what in chat now, because they're all like, I'm getting like half conversations here and now, and I don't know what anybody's talking about.
I don't know. Ted says we must
6 foot is a decent length. I don't know what that's about.
There's only 1 foot. You could order 6 of them. But Ted says we must have an off-the-wall live build. So I get to build a foot, you get to build half a horse.
Half a horse. I'll do half a horse. What if you? That's true. If you could get the half a horse and then like take a mold of it and have the other half and just make a complete horse. But then you'd also have a complete horse skeleton.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, or buy 2 of them. And
Terry says, all I can say is I'll be glad when Ted gets his internet working.
Ted's first week back, World of Tanks.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
James Chapman says, sorry, Fox, but would have to go with Chrissy's Bigfoot.
Yeah, I've got to say, you did trump me on the remote control big monster truck.
Oh, I thought you meant the foot.
You did trump. Mind you, I did a helicopter on mine, so.
Yeah, but I got that.
Yeah, see. Truck or helicopter? Actually, you know what? Truck or helicopter? I go for the monster truck every time.
Yeah. Oh, radio controlled helicopter could be fun, but yeah.
Yeah, but monster truck's even more fun, I think.
Yeah, possibly.
Don't forget, everybody, by the way, as we always say, and we're about to forget to do so, if any of the stuff that Chris has shown you tickled your fancy and you really want to pick it up, don't hang around. Go and grab it now. Keep watching, but open a tab and go and grab it now. And check out straight away. Don't leave it in your basket till the end of the show, because we don't know how many of these things they have in stock. They might have 10 of them. They might have 1. And if 3 of you want to go and order like the snap together monster truck or something, and there's 1 of them in stock, 2 of you are going to be disappointed. And if you leave it to the end of the show, it's not yours until you've actually paid for it. So if anything there, wow, I really can't speak tonight. Chris, take over. I can't talk.
If you like any of the things that I featured on this week's What's in Store, go and buy them now. Put them in your basket and check out. Don't forget to check out because it's not yours until you check it out.
Yep.
Check it out and then check it out.
Slap it in your basket.
I don't see eModels having lots of feet.
No.
I think that's probably one of the sort of low numbers of stock that they have for that. So
I'm seeing perhaps in the fact they've got that model in stock. That was one of those special days, wasn't it, with Pete Mate in the office? I think when he got a bit happy at some point and started ordering all kinds of things.
I like to think that they've got stock of each body part separately. And I was just searching for football, so I found feet, but hands and spleens as well.
Spleens, like I can imagine, like John Mate there doing the packing, saying, "Pete Mate, why have we got like 10 spleens? Were you ordering this that day, or was that Gavin? I don't know. Was that you or James? I don't know." It's nice to have a selection, though. I think.
James Chapman says, "I think my little brother could do with the foot skeletal kit after last week." That was the one that you not. I fell over on him or something, wasn't it? Or...
Yeah. Oh, yes. He was going to buy him a kit to make up for the fact he
ran him over
with a house or a bike or a car.
Yeah.
What did he do? I can't remember now.
So I think it was about a bike falling over on him or run him over with a bike or something.
He did something dastardly and said, "Don't worry, you'll be fine," and then he all fell off and broke. So.
And Michael Jackman says, "Guess what this week's giveaway is? It's not a foot.
It's not half a horse either."
Nope.
In fact, we have to follow that. Who was it that had the brother with the injury?
I think it was James Chapman.
Did you decide what you were going to buy him in the end? Because he was asking about what to get him.
Yeah.
He was saying about like the tune tanks and stuff. And he's not come back and said what he actually did. You make good and get him a kit, or are you still a bad person?
Still procrastinating about it.
Yeah.
SpinnerQ8 says, "If you want anything from What's in Store, be sure to get your foot in the door quickly."
Yeah. I'm trying to make a joke about a horse now and it won't fit. Never mind.
Joey Moore says, "I'm broke this week, so couldn't foot the bill." So nobody did that with your pencil.
Yeah, there is that. Yeah, I showed a pencil. That was the only silly thing I showed last week.
James Chapman says he trapped his foot in the rear bike frame.
That's right. That's right. Yes. Have you made it up to him yet? Have you bought him something, or are you still being a bad person? And don't just buy something that you can then make yourself, because that doesn't count.
Zadster says, "Guys, if you want to see what other weird stuff there is, search on eModels for Lindbergh." Don't know, they manufacturer, I assume.
I'll remember that for next week.
So this week's selection is Lindbergh.
Who said that? Was that Zadster?
Zadster said that, yes.
Right, so next week you can blame Zadster for whatever I come up with. You have to remember this. I'm gonna write this down. Lindbergh. I can't even write. Lindbergh and Zadster's idea.
All Zadster's fault. James Chapman says he wants Optimus Prime and Bumblebee kits, which are £100 plus.
Yeah,
his foot. He did his foot in.
Yeah, at the end of the day, he's got you over a barrel because you caused him harm, and therefore, it's like when you step on a puppy dog's tail, and it gives you that look, and you have to give it all the treats because you're the bad person. You're kind of knackered now because you've got to do whatever he says. Yep. And he knows it. That's why he's asking for the Optimus Prime and the Bumblebee. He's like...
Zadster's giving you things to make notes of. He says, "Transparent alien."
Oh, no, don't tell me. I'll go on.
Number 76014.
Yeah, don't tell me. I'll go and find stuff. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, but you can't have that now.
Oh, no. So whatever I have next week. But yes, I think that you're knackered now. He knows that you're in the wrong, and he knows you're going to have to make good, and he's going to milk it for all he's worth. Sounds about right for a little brother, that. Let's have a look. "That'll teach him for nicking my jelly baby," says Damn Ducks Bobbington. What was that? The spider?
Don't know.
I've actually heard about Damn Duck Spider since the start of the show, by the way.
No, I don't know. We might not actually be talking
we heard about
Damn
one,
Ducks.
but that comment was quickly removed. So
it might be the spider that's doing the talking.
Ah, Damn Ducks, are you still with us, or is this somebody else typing for him? Very fast.
How would we know?
He typed really fast. 8 legs.
There's 2 of them as well.
Yeah. Well, no, there's one. Something happened to the one that he typed in, but then retracted the comment. But I saw what it was. I won't repeat it because you're not supposed to have flamethrowers. But
it's a bad thing. Yeah. Shall
Cool.
we give away stickery mug things?
Yeah, should we do some giveaways?
I have some questions.
Do I have? I don't think I've actually got any stickery questions from last week.
That's because he sent them to me this week.
No, I thought I might have some left over, but I don't think I have. Me. No. I've got a list of people that need sticker sending out, but I've not got any questions. So what we're going to do, we're going to do our usual sticker and mug. Have you got any stickers there to hand?
I have some stickers, yes.
I am out of eModel stickers and eModels mugs. That aren't these mugs because these are the old mugs. Because I still haven't sent a new mug.
I think we might have to have words on Friday when we go up there.
Wait for my new mug. The new ones are a slightly bit bigger, and I can't remember what the differences are, but they're awesome. As always, while Chris fishes out the...
I have a question. I don't know who it's from, though.
Okay. Well,
it's from somebody that sent it to Ted.
Okay, well, don't ask it yet.
You'll probably know who, but it didn't come through. I've got the email address, but not a name. So if you sent this, don't answer it. But do let Ted know that you sent it and who you are and that you'll get a sticker.
Well, before we do the questions, everybody, right now, press the refresh button in your browser.
Yeah.
Because after about an hour, the sync between the text in the chat and the video, it lags, it spreads out. So before we go anywhere, hit refresh on your browser. As always, we'll ask a question. Don't answer until Chris says go. And then the first person in the chat to get the correct answer will win the sticker or the mug. As always, we go off the chat that we see, which is different to the chat you see. You see it tailored to you. We actually see it the order that YouTube receives it. So it gets a little confusing. If you're watching now and you haven't got access to the chat, hit the YouTube little button on the viewer that's down here somewhere. It's down there somewhere. That will take to the YouTube page where you can see the live chat and join in.
Michael Jacobin says, not received my sticker from my question last week. I posted it this morning.
Yay!
So tomorrow, bright and early, your postman will be knocking on your door and he'll say, I've got this envelope. But there you go.
Yay. And if you've already got a sticker I'll say that again. If you've already got a sticker or a mug, you are welcome to have more. You can have as many as you like. But if you don't want another sticker or you don't want another mug, don't answer the question. Let somebody else have a go. Give them a chance. But you are more than welcome to have a second mug or a third mug. I know some of you have got like 3 mugs. So
yeah, we should get a full place setting for everybody then.
Yeah, let's all sit down and eat eModels.
We're waiting for eModels to release plates.
Yeah, plates and forks and spoons. I know Pete, mate. He'll cotton on to launching packs of spoons for paint testing.
Yep.
eModels official spoons.
It'll happen.
£10.95.
All you need to do is put model making on the side of a packet and put the price up.
Yes. And if you have got a question and an answer that we can use in this giveaway section, obviously we've probably got a couple already now, but if you've got one and you want to potentially get a sticker for us reading it out, do send your question and answer, if you want us to use it as a question in the giveaway, to ted@emodels.co.uk, and maybe we'll use it in next week's show and you'll get an sticker.
Yep. Ted says he can enter as he didn't look at the answer, but no.
Nah, staff, not allowed.
Right, we think we're up to date and ready?
Yeah. Has everybody pressed refresh? Good. Because
if you haven't, say now.
Yep.
Oh, well, they hadn't said, so they must have. Okay, we have a question, which, as I say, I'm not sure who it's from. But the question is, and I'll read the question, then I'll say go. Hey?
You haven't said go yet.
No, I haven't said go yet. I'll say go after the question. Right, Airfix was founded in 1939. What was the name of the founder? Go.
Ooh, I don't know that.
Oh.
I'm guessing it wasn't Bob Airfix.
Shh, don't give it away. Right,
Is this for a sticker or a mug, by the way?
Oh, this was a sticker. We always start with a sticker, don't we? We start with a sticker.
12T?
No.
Hornby?
No,
Airfix Johnson?
no,
Bob?
no.
Hair Flick? Sally James? Thanks, Dad. Hornby? Mr. Bob. Remember, of course, we go off whatever the person has sent us the answer to be. We don't assume it's the correct answer.
Michael Brown is the correct answer. First up there. Nicholas Cove.
Nicholas Cove. Was he a delightful old cove?
I don't know. I never met him. But well done, Michael.
Awesome. Yep. Send. You've won yourself a sticker.
And sticker. And whoever sent the question in, Ted will have to figure out who it was, or email again to say, you use mine.
Yep.
And we'll match it up with the email address.
Yeah. Don't forget. Don't forget to send Ted an email, ted@emodels.co.uk with your name and address, and please say in the email what you won, whether it's a sticker or a mug. In that case, it's a sticker.
Yep.
If you mail Ted to claim a prize, make sure you put in there what the prize is, because we won't remember, and the guys at eModels don't know what you've won. So we have to tell them, or we have to remind ourselves. So make sure to put in what you've won.
Paul at 2 minutes says, Michael, are you the Michael I know? I don't know.
That's right. Do I know you?
Michael won it. Just because he won something doesn't mean to say, oh, yeah, you're my friend now. You're a winner.
Michael says, yay, cheers, guys.
Spid says he was Hungarian.
Mike Mountain says bloody lag, but he answered like before most of other people. We said Sally James, so he was like one of the first.
I think he was probably answering before that.
You weren't lagging, Dad.
Oh, Paul says because I can save Chris some postage if he's around tomorrow.
Okay.
Apparently he is. So yes, okay, we'll get that hand delivered to you.
Wait, how does Michael know that he's the Michael that Paul knows?
Because Paul knows Michael and Michael knows Paul. You see.
Yeah, but Paul's just some guy on the chat on the YouTube.
Oh, Paul's actually a real person as well, though, isn't he? Yeah,
I know, but if a comment came up from like Sniper X2354XXXX saying, "Hey, you the Foxx I know," I'd be like, "I don't know, who are you?" That's some quite good detective work.
I'm sure they'll figure it out, and we'll find out what goes on there. And if the real Michael Brown, it doesn't get his sticker.
Yeah, it's all gone wrong. But it could be the start of a beautiful romance.
But if Paul delivers a sticker to somebody, says, "What's this?"
Oh, you're not like Michael.
Okay. Right, should we give away a mug?
Yeah, so Speedy Curate says he was Hungarian, or even Hungarian.
I said that a little while ago.
Yes.
Right. Yes.
This is for an eModels mug that looks a bit like this, but bigger.
A bit like that, but with different things on the bottom.
And it's got coffee in it, not water. Or
it won't have coffee in it. Don't tell them it'll have coffee in it.
No, it won't come with coffee, but you will need to put coffee in it.
Because if it came with coffee in it, then the postman would have to carry it the right way up. And yeah, that wouldn't work.
Yes. Michael Jackman says, mug time.
Mug time, indeed. Right.
Bill Lewis says, will the real Michael Brown please stand up? Hey up, Ted, says Chris Batchin. Michael Brown says Paul Stewart. Yeah, they know each other.
They know each other, yeah.
Laszlo Biro was Hungarian as well, says Tony Blackwell. Nicholas Cove was a Hungarian-British businessman best known for founding the Airfix plastic toy company. This is from Griff MJ. His birth name was Klein, but he Magyarized this to Coves and subsequently Cove. I think Team Inept and Michael are just getting together now and doing.
Yeah, I think they're arranging.
Yeah, there's some kind of like thing going on there.
Chris Bulchin says, Ted, I won 3 mugs tonight.
Yeah. Ted forgets most things, but you might remember 3 mugs.
Yeah, because we haven't actually done the mug yet at all, so you might get rid of that. Yeah.
Oh, Spid says it was my question, Fox. You can send a mug instead of the sticker if you like, lol.
I don't even know if that was true.
I didn't do that. It was Chris that did that.
I don't even know if that was true. Right. Anyway, we have another question for a mug.
This is for a mug.
This is for a mug, and this is from Philip Vramskar. So he's got his name on this one, so he knows.
He's got his address on there as well.
It's got an email address on there, but not an actual house address. But you know,
Philip, send Ted an email.
Send an email with your actual address, and he'll send you a sticker. Well, he'll tell one of us to.
Well, he won't send us a sticker.
I don't know if he's got any stickers. He used up his stickers, didn't he?
He's probably got loads. He doesn't know where they are. They're in a box.
Yeah. Okay. Michael Jackman says, "Anyone want to swap World Cup stickers? I've got 3 tins of doubles." Yeah, we're not giving away them stickers.
Of like 1978 World Cup stickers or something downstairs.
Right. So for a mug, make sure everybody's still refreshed and ready to go.
Yep.
Right. I shall ask the question, then I shall say go, and then I shall eagerly watch the chat quietly and wait for the correct answer to come up, or the answer that I've got down here that might be correct. Right. What was the first American aircraft carrier? Go.
Ooh. While everybody's answering, Skipper Ted actually met somebody this week. Met up with a viewer. I think it was Chris Belchin, who gave him a lovely, lovely gift of an enormous tank kit. So hello to Chris. And Skipper Ted says, met Chris this week. Nice to meet you guys from the chat.
Right, we have some answers. I haven't seen the right answer yet. I got Enterprise Ranger, Enterprise.
Spid says it was his question and answer.
Paul has given an answer that is sort of right, but I think I'll go for the right one. Sergeant Bones is correct with Langley, although Paul's also right with CV1.
CV1.
So the answer I've got down here is the USS Langley, CV1 AV3. I don't know all the numbers, they mean stuff, but
yeah, Paul's already got an eModel sticker.
I'm sure it is. But it was a mug though, but you know,
you just get one of you because he lives next door anyway.
We can borrow my mug. Yeah. Sergeant Bones won a mug. Well done. Congratulations.
Send
your stuff.
If you've mailed us before to claim a prize, just obviously be aware that once we send your prize or your stickers out, we delete that email. We don't keep your name and address for any reason. So even if you've won a prize before, you need to mail us with your name and address. So we know there's somebody that needs something sending out, because it'll be a list of things to do. And also so we know where to send it.
Yeah. Paul says, technically I'm correct, but we know I'm just trolling.
Yes.
Yeah.
He still wants a mug there, doesn't he?
Yeah. Well, he can have words when he goes up to eModels if he manages to get the day off work.
You can say, look, I've travelled all the way here. Can I have a mug now, please?
And they'll say, yeah, that's $6.99. Or
yeah. And he'll be like, oh.
Yeah.
He said, he'll be like, do I not get a free because I know the guy that does the thing? No.
Yeah.
No, in fact, you'll be like, no. Cool. Mug and a sticker.
We've done mugs and stickers.
Spid says it was his question and answer.
Yeah, he says he used the wrong email address, but I think it's still...
Yeah, I used somebody else's email address completely.
Yeah, well, so anyway, remind Ted and give him stuff, and he'll give you stuff, and we'll sort it.
Yep. Cool.
Right. They've still got a couple of things to do, haven't we? We have prizes, like last week's prize.
Yeah, we've got the bit that Ted's always forgets. Last week's prize winner and what we're giving away this week.
Yeah.
So I have to press some buttons now.
It's your button turn. Yep.
I haven't thought of a question for the giveaway, though.
Skipper Ted says, anyone winning this week has to come to eModels on the 29th to collect.
Unless they're outside the UK.
No, they still have to come to eModels.
Yeah, there you go. It's worth it. It's worth the fare. Right. Yes, while I do this, do you want to try and think of a question for the giveaway?
Oh.
Or should we just make it? We'll just make it a sound. We can do a sound, can't we? It'd be easy.
Well, you normally do a sound, don't we?
Yeah. Right. So let me do my screen shareage.
Is this what we're giving away or what we did give away?
Last week, what we gave away or what we said we would give away is this. Am I locked on, mate? No.
I'll just keep quiet. It's fine.
There we go. No, you have to keep talking.
Oh.
Yes, last week we were giving away the Totally Adorbs, the Totes Adorbs, and I reserve the right to use that phrase whenever we're talking about eggplanes and Kiwi battleships. You have to use it. Totes Adorbs, Meng model warship, Scharnhorst, which is absolutely adorable. I mean, look at that. Look at, I won't zoom in. Look at that. That's just totally adorable. You can't not say Totes Adorbs. And that's what we gave away last week. And we asked you to, I can't remember. The thing is, we always ask you to make like a sound effect in the comments, but that means we can never remember what the hell we actually asked you to do. So I think we probably asked you to do like whatever the sound of the klaxon is. Because all the comments were like, Aruga, Aruga, and things like that.
Yeah, if you can answer in the comments with the noise a whatever makes is, and the noise, that'd be helpful.
Yeah, it won't be as much fun though. So we're giving away this wonderful, wonderful little Scharnhorst cartoon ship. And as always, we put all the comments from last week's video into the random comment picker of random comments that picks comments randomly. And it randomly picked a random comment at randomly. And the winner of the tiny, teeny, squishy little Scharnhorst is comment number 17, who is Matt Pabst, who said, dub, 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 dub. I don't know what that means. So Matt Pabst, you won this little plunky little spud ship. So if you want to send whoa, wow, that went wrong. Granville, I've not had enough coffee today. Send an email to ted@emodels.co.uk, ted@emodels.co.uk with your name, address, and your phone number, just in case we need it for the courier. Name, address, and phone number, and please put in the mail that you won the Scharnhorst 002 kit. Just so the guys, because we pick these prizes, and the guys at eModels don't know. I did mail them last week and say we've chosen this one, so there should be one held back for you. But just say you've won the Scharnhorst, little egg Scharnhorst, with your name, address, and phone number, and that's yours. So, what are we giving away this week? Let's have a look. Damn Ducks Bobbin says boo fix, and then he says kidding. Right. So,
we said about not doing swapsies on World Cup stickers.
Yeah.
Apparently we are. Speed actually says tell Ted to send me a Skipper Ted sticker instead for my spray booth.
Okay.
And a little bit later on, Mike Mountain says I got a spare one.
Yeah, so if you win a sticker tonight, we'll just get somebody from the community to send one too. It's brilliant. Save Peter a fortune.
Yeah, Ted says he will do. So Ted will sort that one. It's fine.
Yeah.
And we'll sort in the other one. So that's easy. Good, easy week for stickers.
Yes, I like this. Right, so what are we going to give away this week? Well, as was the thing tonight, Chris did the choosing.
Yeah.
And Chris chose tonight's giveaway. And tonight's giveaway is the one I can't pronounce.
Yeah.
Yes, he chose. He chose, and I'm going to try it. The Kovozhavody Prostjev. I'll start that again. Kovozhavody Prostjeyov. Kovozhavody Prostjeyov Sukhoi Su-25K Frogfoot A, which I'm guessing that the Kovozhavody Prostjeyov is the model kit manufacturer. They need to work on that name. Need to work on that name. Airfix. It's a lot quicker.
Yeah, well, they couldn't call themselves KP because that's already been told.
Yeah, they're not making crisps. So they need a little work on the company name there. But it's the Sukhoi Su-25K, not the same one that Chris showed in the What's in Store.
No, bigger one.
Yeah, this is 148 scale, 148 Su-25K, and I have to say, me and Chris were talking about this. It's kind of the weirdest looking plane design. Who designed this plane? I was saying to Chris, it's like the tail's too long, the wings are too thin, the engines go all the way to the back, there's a handle under the butt, the canopy's too high, the pitot tubes are on top of the nose, and the shark mouth looks weird. Is this typical of Russian planes, or is just the designer was having a bit of an off day? I don't know. It's got some certain character to it.
Yeah, it's memorable. You'd certainly recognise it again, wouldn't you?
Yeah, although we did actually come to the conclusion that perhaps it's not quite that weird. It's just maybe the guy that painted the picture isn't that.
Yeah, but the other one was quite weird as well. That was also a frogfoot. So.
Yeah, it's kind of. It probably doesn't look as bad when you'd see it at a different angle. It just looks weird because it looks like the cockpit's at the wrong angle and there's bits sticking out and there's.
Zadster might have the answer. He says it's designed by Soviet committee.
The committee has decided we need twice as much tailplane.
This is the department in charge of engines, and this is the department in charge of cockpit.
Yes, it's like we cannot spend all this money on wings. We have to put all that metal into tailplane. Committee has decided. So it's like a modern potato plane, basically. So that's the price for this week. The 148 scale. So it's not a little kit. It's not a big kit. 148 Sukhoi Su-25K Frogfoot-A. And what do you have to do to win this interesting little plane that only a mother could love? It's just weird. It tickles me because I might get one just because it looks weird. All you have to do for this one is, as always, wait till this stream is finished. Give it about 10 or 15 minutes till this stream is then just a normal video on the YouTube page, and put a comment on the video. And I'll let you choose, Chris. What should they put down this week?
Well, they can't use the name because nobody would spell it right.
Yeah. I've had an idea, but I'll let you go.
No, go for it. If you've got an idea, I haven't got an idea. I've got no idea.
Put a comment on the video, but all you need to do is start the comment with "in Mother Russia," and then finish the sentence with whatever you want. Make it amusing if you can. So just put a comment on there, but just put "in Mother Russia" and then whatever else you want to put afterwards and make it funny. And as always, next Monday we'll pick before the show. We'll pick a random comment, and that person will win. And I'll try again. Kovozhavody Prostjeyov 148 Sukhoi Su-25K Frogfoot-A number 4805 in 148 scale, which is growing on me. I've got to say, I don't like the shark mouth. It's not right, but it's growing on. The Russians really can't do shark mouths like the Americans can.
Does it have to be a shark? It could be a mouth of something else.
I don't know. I think it's just the Americans know how to do a shark mouth, and the Russians are just like, yeah, we don't even know what shark is. So I think they maybe didn't get it quite right. So that's all you have to do. So that is, I shall stop screen sharing. There we go. That's this week's prize to get next week.
Have we made a note of it? for next week.
I shall make a note. I can't guarantee I'll keep the piece of paper.
And so you make a note, and then we don't know where the note is.
Prize 4805. Yeah, because there's no way we're going to remember any of the wording on that model kit.
Frog foot. There you go.
Sprue Glodic says, is it a French plane? James Chapman says, make frog noises. Tony Blackwell says, Russian plane. It's a Russian plane. It's a Sukhoi. It's a strong plane made with blood. Sergeant Bowen says, it is a strong plane made with blood of dissidents. Ideally, when you write your comment, write something that I can read out in a stupid fake Russian accent.
Or something you can't read out in a Russian accent.
Don't write it actually in Cyrillic, because things like that. Watch them all write it in Cyrillic now.
Absolutely. Now you've said it, you got no chance.
Smooth says he said pito tubes. Haha. Let's have a look. When someone asks what it is, reply a jet.
It's a jet. Yeah.
Well, that's easy for you to say, says Zadster.
They're saying just make frog noises in the chat, in the comments. But
yeah. Damduck says, boo, that's not a Dora. If I could convince Pete, mate, to give away a Dora, believe me, I would. I can't imagine him ever doing a giveaway for a Dora.
Even the 144 Dora's not, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we can ask him, but I don't think, because it's not so much that it's an expensive kit, it's how much it costs to ship it.
Yeah.
If you're outside the UK, shipping costs can be, depending on where you are, it can be not a lot, or it could cost as much as the kit. So he's probably not going to do that as a giveaway.
Yeah. So when we go to eModels, if I distract him, you can smuggle it into the back of your car.
Drive off like that. I've only got a little Fiesta, you know.
Yeah, that's all right. Well, we saw the
drop it
video.
off for Tony.
We saw Ted getting the sub in his Mini.
Yeah, but that's the modern Mini, which is the size of a not Mini. The funny thing that got me when those Minis first came out, the new BMW Minis, it's a Mini, and it's the one car you can tell where you parked in a crowded Tesco car park because it's taller than everything else. The irony was not lost when everybody was like, just BMW, not get the irony here. They've made a Mini that's bigger than every other car. I don't know. Sergeant Bones says, "Niet, strong is strong." We'll hear the laughing from here. Fox, could you raffle tickets for a Dora? Oh, Fox, you could raffle tickets for a Dora. It's not down to me. It's down to whether Pete wants to give away a 500 quid kit that costs that much to ship.
I think they're quite happy to have it in stock, to be honest, because
yes.
they were all happy they got rid of one, and then a fortnight later they had another one.
Yes. Yes, it's the kind of I don't know. I think we've mentioned it to Pete May before, but sadly I don't think it's the kind of thing you could do as a giveaway prize just because of its size.
Michael Jackerman says everyone wants a Dora. What is it about a very big gun? It's just a very big gun. Isn't it the biggest plastic model kit made or something?
It is the world's biggest plastic model kit.
Yeah.
Quite literally, in every sense of the word. The funny thing is, though, can you imagine if they did a giveaway with the Dora as the prize? Can you imagine the person that actually won it would actually go, yes! Oh, wait. Oh, no. Yeah. Actually, can you give it to the second guy? Answered it second because, my mind.
I didn't mean to win it.
Yeah. I want it, but I don't want it.
Yeah. They could do it as a giveaway and they'd have to go and collect it.
That's true. Unless they're outside the UK. Yeah.
Then they still have to come and collect it.
I think if it's the thing, if they ever did do a giveaway of it, they'd probably have to restrict that to the UK. Just because the shipping costs, I think.
I don't think it's likely to happen.
No.
Sprugler Addict says, I think we should all club together and buy Fox a life-size Jar Jar Binks model for Christmas.
Jen. Oh. Anyway, we need to stop talking about giving away Dora. I can hear Pete Mate's wallet twitching from here.
No, we know he don't watch anymore. It's fine.
Yeah, but his wallet is everything. He has an all-hearing wallet.
Ah, yes. Good point.
The paint would bankrupt me, said Zazda. No, just a lot of German grey.
Yeah, it's not a big. Well, you could do it in digital camo.
You could literally probably paint it in like 2 or 3 cans of German grey. It's just German grey. Got a 172nd U-boat here. Where am I going to put that? It says Damn Ducks Bobbington. Yeah, that's nothing compared to the awesome power of Dora.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's not, says Gerwin. I don't know what that was.
No, I think we're doing pantomimes now.
Oh, right, okay.
Behind you.
Mother Russia, strong Russian ham.
Osric 9000 says, I had Dora in my basket once, but chickened out.
Yeah. Well, we don't often do like a behind the scenes things, but the one time we featured the big 135th Dora on the What's in Store, it actually got sold that night.
Yeah.
The person who saw it on the stream bought it. I won't say what was in it, but I got a very interesting email from Pete that month. Oh my God. It was at that point that he realized that, yes, when we say, like, if you something in What's in Store tickles you fancy, grab it there and then, because it may not be there by the time you decide to buy it. Yeah, Dora's proof of that. Somebody bought that on the back of the What's in Store, and that's a big, expensive kit. So.
Isn't that the week that they doubled our wages from nothing to nothing?
Yeah, it was nothing to double nothing. It was double time. We got a commission of 0%. It's fantastic.
Spid says, Chris, haven't you got a 3D printer? Jar Jar Online, maybe. I've already sent Foxx a couple of Jar Jars that I printed. And I don't think he's burnt them yet.
You only sent me one, haven't you?
Is it only one?
Yeah.
Okay. I must have
sent me
thought
one.
about others.
You sent me one, which is Jar Jar Thinks.
Yeah, I'm still waiting on him painting it.
You basically sent me a butt. You printed out a butt and sent it to me. I need to paint. I will paint that like a bronze statue there. Get a bit of bronze colours and some lilac oxide, and it'll come up nice and weathered.
Yeah.
Anyway, yes, I think what time are we on?
We are 10 to 11. It's nearly bedtime around here.
We've done everything now, haven't we?
I don't think we've got anything we haven't done.
Done the giveaway.
Ted, have we forgotten something? Ted,
he's probably asleep. Chris Balkin, Michael Jackerman been threatened with death if he buys another model. Could send him the Dora as a prize and include an invoice. Yeah, that's cruel.
Jerry Moore says, Chris, did you model Jar Jar's body on yourself? I did. Yep, just me. So I had to scale it down and make it a bit less muscular because I wouldn't want to embarrass Foxx.
Yeah. There's certain obscure bits you can't see, so that's obviously where the imagination failed. Right, well, I think we're done, to be honest.
I think so. Skipper Ted says, got it. I think he's just got an email from
Matt Pabst
about the thing with the other thing.
Yes, Matt Pabst, if you're not in the chat, or if you're in the chat, Ted has got your email. Well done.
Yes, he is
in the chat because he just said cheers.
Well, otherwise, he wouldn't have known that he had to email, would he?
Maybe Ted was trying to do it so we'd see it and tell him. Ted could be that smart. He could put things in chat just so we can see them and then relay the information to somebody who's not in chat.
Yeah, maybe.
He could be relaying secret messages to Russian agents for all we know.
He's not doing it very secretly if he's doing it in chat, though.
No, that's true.
I just checked to make sure he hasn't emailed me anything else. No secret messages from Ted.
Oh, cool. Right, I'm still getting used to having this camera up at the top now in a different place. So apologies if I spent all night looking at the chat and not at the camera. It's just the chat's there and the camera's there, and I'm like,
yeah, the problem with chatting the two of us is someone's got to be looking at chat and someone's got to be looking at the camera, and it's difficult to well, it's impossible for us to coordinate anything, let alone something high tech like synchronized stuff.
I can't coordinate myself just on my own, never mind anything else.
This is what I have to work with.
I know. I don't know. They need to put your pay up.
Jerry Moore says, Foxx, can you email my sticker? Well, I posted that one this morning as well. So yeah.
Smooth says, catch you later, Beardy McBigface and Chris and Beardy McBeardface and Chris and Ted.
Yep. Bye. Bye.
Welcome. Philly says, thanks as always. Night Chap says, Mike Mountain. Thanks, Dad. Spiddy Q says, marvelous show, fellows. Bravo.
Yeah.
Damn Duck says, going back to building stuff. You're not building stuff, you're fighting the spiders off. Have they not built the stuff for you while you've been waiting?
Maybe, yeah.
Oh, go on, sorry.
She still hasn't forgiven me when Tamiya 148 Beaufighter TBX arrived with a postman 7 years ago without her knowing. 7 years and she still hasn't forgiven you.
Oh, that's a hell of a grudge. Yeah. Do you not have like the thing where it's like you have your money and she has her money and she can buy what she wants and you can buy what, or is it one of those things where you have your money and she has her money and she can buy what she wants and you can buy what she wants?
Yeah.
Is it one of those? I don't know. I've been in that situation.
My money's mine and your money's mine, and yeah,
you can do what you want with it as long as it's what I tell you to do with it.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yes. If I had a pizza, I'd turn into a plane, says Dan Poppington. And Sergeant Bone says, I finally got mugged.
Ah, yes, indeed.
Oh yes, good point. I'd think about that for a minute. I'm not with it yet.
It's been a while. I remember Sergeant Bones has been after a mug for a while. It didn't twig until just then. But yeah.
I think I was one-to-one for quite a while.
Yeah.
Right, we'll tell you what I'm going to do today. I'm going to let you do the wrap-up, Chris.
Oh, bye,
It's
everybody.
about time you did the actual shutting down bit and all the blurb at the end. In fact, next week, I think you can do the opening as well. In fact, next week, you can be in charge and I'll just have the buttons.
Next week, I'm ill.
No, because I'm on my own and that's really bad news.
Oh, well. Thanks, everybody, for watching and coming along and joining in the chat. Don't forget, next week, we shall be here again, 9 o'clock prompt. Don't forget to get it through the YouTubes so you can join us in the chat, because otherwise we're just talking to each other and it's, not so much fun. They can't see you doing anything when it's me talking. You don't
They can see me in the corner, I think.
No, you don't. When there's only 2 of us, you don't get little pictures in the corner.
Oh, I mean, they couldn't be doing all epic dad dance moves.
You were just dancing for me.
Oh, that's just not right. I normally get paid for that.
Yeah,
Oh, wait, shut up.
I thought I'd warn you that it wasn't working, and it's just very distracting.
I was trying to be a distraction while you were doing your wrap up. Carry on anyway. Yes.
I think I finished really. Yes, so thanks for watching us, and see you again next week, same time, same place.
Adios.
Good night from him.
Don't forget, if you've won something or anything like that, ted@emodels.co.uk. Have a good week.